Welcome back to Peniche, Portugal. You're watching the Moche Rip Curl Pro as we transition into round 3, heat number 4. Nat Young representing the USA, Sebastian Zietz representing Hawaii, going head-to-head for a spot into round 4.
The beauty of Europe with those big tidal changes, or you can look at it as super tricky to work out, but either way, it is exciting stuff here.
Looks like Nat Young wants to get the first wave. Deep off the bottom, he'll pearl on that first snap. Had a 2.5 quickly before that one. And now Sebastian will look to make an answer back here, trying to find a part of the bank where he can showcase his talent. Where would you be going, Potts? You just got to keep moving out there.
Well, you heard Ross Williams talk a little bit about a couple of right-handers just south. Nat Young, here he goes.
Nat setting up that snap in front of the whitewater. Controls the bottom turn. Nice little backhand tag in the finishing move. So a 2-turn combination. That'll back up to 2-5 as he's just building on his scoreline.
You know, Nat's drive himself into that rhythm.
So far, Nat's out in front. Meanwhile, Sebastian's still searching for a little wave to come through. We'll check this one out, paddles, and he will commit to this little left-hander here. The Hawaiian, bottom turn, snap off the lip. Little backwash to deal with. He'll float the next section. Ditches the fins on the final effort and throws in a great start to battle with Nat Cy Young. 24-23 on the clock. He likes to throw a little bit of flair and variety.
He's shown 3 different kinds of maneuvers on the backhand. We always talk about how difficult it is to mix up your backside snaps.
Here comes Nat Young now. Already has some speed. Sits on the roof for a backhand float. Jams the fins out for a powerful finishing move. So the 2 guys that came on the tour at the same time still battling in competition. Nat Young has had Seabass's number over the years, but a great start for the Sebastian Zietz. Let's check out Nat's wave, Potts.
Yeah, you know, it just flies down the line. Nat's got that ability to get a lot of speed very quickly. And right here just jams that board into that lip. Super powerful, real positive surfing for Nat Young. Puts a lot of pressure on that back foot. Sebastian Zietz, a little bit of flair right there. Now he goes up and over the top, and I love this last turn right here. Just jams that tail out. You see those fins sticking out of the back of the wave right there. Just that degree of difficulty that the judges want to see. 3 different kinds of maneuvers, and it's going to be a good score for Seabass to kick things off.
So this heat is building, and there's more waves coming through. Sebastian already out the back, checking out a right-hander. Snaps it hard off the lip. Looking for a big second turn. Throws the fins out, lays back, but can't recover. Sebastian down, but he'll have a big start. We'll catch up with those numbers in a moment, but let's hear from a fired-up Brett Simpson. He's with Strider.
The heat, and yeah, I don't do that enough. Like last year, years before, I would have let him get away, and he would have found a way to get a couple good ones. So that was, you know, more strategic win. You know, obviously Kelly's the best ever, and I really enjoy. I know we all do.
Yeah, there's a lot of families here in Europe. It's a long part of the tour, so you know it's good that they bring their wives and kids and significant others. Here we go, Seabass up and riding.
Sebastian Zietz, big bottom turn, a power carve off the top, quick snap out front, and a little foam climb to finish. A lot of big numbers to catch up on here, Potts, with Nat Young dropping back-to-back 5 rangers, 5.17 to 5.4. Seabass, you like the flare that he threw down on his opener, a 7.0. Now trying to better a 3.10. Let's take another look.
You know, I love it when Seabass sticks to the rail game. He's got such a good turn. Watch right there. He's got that ability to hold the rail, get speed from it. A couple of quick turns afterwards, but Seabass, that one big opening maneuver is, I think, his weapon. You know, he doesn't use it enough, Joe. He tends to want to go to the air a lot. I mean, he's good in the air, but that front side gouging maneuver, I think he's probably some of the best on tour. And I think if he uses it a bit more, I think we'll see more results come his way.
Well, he has for broke on just about every section. Starting with the 7. We'll see what that last wave comes in at, but he's already on a roll. Finding a little gem of a right. He's got a lot of speed. The Hawaiian looking for the ramp now. He'll just end up chasing something that never came true. He's out, but that last score is now about to lock in. Catching 5 waves so far. Had the 7 as the high, now a 6.17 to back it up.
You know, that's what he's got to do. You know, he surfs better when he's catching a lot of waves. dropping scores, building his momentum, getting, got himself in the lead. 6.17 for that big, beautiful slicing turn. The judges like that stuff.
Waves are looking very rippable for these two surfers that have been on tour for a couple of seasons now. Seabass is trying to break out of this round 3, which he's never done before in Portugal. Here comes Nat, former runner-up at this event, looking for some speed. This wave is going to keep him behind.
Yeah, that's one ran away from him just that little bit. Nat Young looking for a 7.77, so a solid score required by Nat.
Now,
yeah, he's had good results here in the past, but just over the last few years, it's been a tricky event for him. While we're at that update, Nat Young went to town on this, needing a 7.77. Came in just short, Joe, 7.60. 2 judges gave him the nod on that, an 8 and a 7.8, and 3 threw a 7.5 at it. So you drop the high and the low, you average out the middle 3, 7.6. So now Nat Young finds himself in a better situation. Make sure he got to all the little events that he was, going to surf in.
That's right. Nat snaps it off the lip on his backhand. A quick one in transition, already into a backhand float on the finish. 2 backhand jams, backhand float. Here comes the Hawaiian, Sebastian Zietz. Projection snap down the line and misstep on the float as he goes down.
Yeah, that was a Superman floater. Sometimes things go right, sometimes they don't, and it's when you're surfing on the edge like these guys do constantly, mistakes will come, and this has kind of been a heat of 2 sort of parts really, where Sebastian Zietz kind of got off to a quick start and kind of owned the first part of the heat. Nat Young's got himself right back in the mix, only needing a 5.57 on that last exchange. It's going to be close.
I mean, 21 or 22 minutes left in the heat. I mean, I didn't know that that was going to happen, but even so, not many waves, not many opportunities came, and I kind of blew it in the beginning because there's been good waves in this heat. I kind of blew it in my heat because Brett got a first one. He didn't get much of a score on, and then I can surf like when I just get some adrenaline, I don't think about it, and then I pay for it in the evening. I just need to rest for about a month probably.
Well, that's what you got before pipe, so good luck there, and can't wait to see you there.
All right, thanks guys.
Thank you, Strider and Kelly Slater, for the time after a tough loss there, as he is always really solid at being analytical, thinking each step through in a matchup. The unfortunate part, he's been doing that quite often this season. He's shown signs of brilliance at select events, but once again going down. Meanwhile, Potts, Nat Young is going crazy on his backhand out here.
Yeah, just winding up 3 massive turns. And, well, he didn't need much. He already had the lead with a 6.43. He's looking for a 5.57. Dropped that 6.43, got the lead, and then found another gem, a 9.07. Look at that. All the way up to 9.5 from the judges. 2 9s, a 9.2, and 8.8.
Nice long right, just sets up that backhand for Nat Young so well. We mentioned before that Nat's gotten Seabass out here before, and looks like he's getting close to doing it again. What was your favorite part about this wave?
Just the synergy between the maneuvers. I mean, off the bottom, off the top, combination of major maneuvers, solid on his feet right there, all the way through to the inside. And the thing I like about it, no claim. I think that's kind of refreshing right
days,
there. It's we're going to try and get a claim jar happening. Anything under an 8, you're going to have to pay $100.
As we watch this wave here, setting up for Sebastian Zietz, throw, tail, reverse. He ends up out the back, so he'll still be chasing now without priority, looking for a 9.67 to make a comeback. The claim's been a really funny story in pro surfing over the years.
Or he wiped the water off his nose, or his body language was like this, subtle claim.
Watching Seabass now, under the lip snap. Throws it under the lip again in the closeout. Nice and vertical. We'll see if the judges give him credit for riding out right on the beach. He started off well, 7.617, needed a 9.67 there. Are you giving that final turn a completion, Potts?
Pretty close, but maybe not. The judges have been really critical on that, Joe. And I think the surfers know that as well. They've got to ride out. It's got to be with confidence, with conviction. Let's have a look at this wave right now. Snaps off. I love that snap from Seabass. And then nice and vertical. Does he ride out of it? Not really. So you've got to come out in front of the whitewater, show the judges complete control. That's going to be a one maneuver wave and a pretty good opening turn. So had he stuck that, he was looking for a 9.67, so it wasn't going to be the score anyway. He was going to have to go back to the drawing board, but with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go, it is a crazy heat of two halves. Sebastian got out the blocks firing. Nat Young just answered back.
Surf when it was really shallow and nice and hollow. He looked at his boards and decided to take out his magic board. Adriano called him into a wave and he snapped it in a closeout. And he said he was kicking himself because he was debating on keeping it on ice. He's got a healthy quiver, but sometimes that magic weapon is the one that you want to be on every chance you get. So
exactly, I'm sure he will. As you said, these guys have got tons of boards and tons of choice.
This is Nat Young already with the lead. Coming hard off the bottom, blow tail, ends up down. He had a pretty solid combination in first. You could tell he was going for something really big as he's down to 3:40 remaining. The rivalry continues with these two. So far it looks like Nat will remain undefeated over Sebastian Zietz. Coming up next, about 2:30 to go. Right now, round 3, heat number 4 has been all about Nat Young. However, Sebastian Zietz had a dreamy start. Showed a lot of flair and control on that 7-point ride he opened up with.
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of writing was on the wall there for Sebastian to have a good heat, but then this guy, Nat Young, one of the best backhands on tour. Look how fast and powerful the kid is. Just jamming that board up into the lip a bunch of times, dropped that 7.60, and then found this jam straight up through the lip. Off the bottom, off the top combo, bang again right there. Just so powerful, so solid is Nat Young. And once he finds his feet, this kid, he just oozes confidence. And you can see right there, I love that. Just kicks out saying, thank you very much. That felt good. 9.07, biggest scoring wave of the day.
24th on the championship tour, 32nd on the qualifying series. He moved up big time because of the semifinal back in the Azores. This is Zietz now. Looking for something huge. Grab rail reverse on the first section. Excites the crowd. One big move, but he was almost looking for a perfect score heading into the final minute. Barreled he was getting with no one around. He said there's one fisherman that was applauding him on the beach because he was putting on a big show. The kid loves to surf. Just right now, this heat going away from him with the horn sounding just a little bit too late for the Hawaiian. He'll carve his way through the inside corner and leave with another equal 13th here in Portugal, and now putting a little bit more pressure on him coming into Hawaii.
Make sure he's got his boards in order, go home, get ready, and come out firing in the Triple Crown. There's gain some momentum through Haleiwa and Sunset, and then he's got to make sure he posts a good result at Pipe, which we know he can do, Joe.
So true. Former champ at Haleiwa. He won that final over John Florence, Freddie P, Alejo Muniz back in the day. But it's all about the story for Santa Cruz is Nat Young. 16.67 combined total. 9.07 was the high mark. That right that kept on giving. He'll be moving on into round 4, heat number 2 to surf later on in the event.